Alright everyone, Cowboy Trades here, welcome back to the channel for a super quick update on JASMY. So I know Bitcoin and the altcoin market is getting hit pretty hard today. The altcoin market cap is down 7%, but JASMY, what is JASMY doing? JASMY is down 16% today. Now let's dive right into the technicals. Following our last video on JASMY, it wasn't that long ago, only 4 days ago, we highlighted this in the thumbnail, the fact that we were sitting right on this last cluster of support, and we told you as soon as we lose this, we're coming back down to the range lows. And as you can see, we've come back down to the range lows, and we have found, I really am hesitant to say this, a slight level of support. The only reason I call this a slight level of support is because we've had a tiny bounce, and we're also on the JASMY BTC pair sitting at the 1.236 Fibonacci right now. So, you know, in terms of further downside moves, if we do not hold this level, you could see JASMY bleeding out about another 60% against this Bitcoin pair. And in terms of what we're looking at in the macro for JASMY, like we've been highlighting in our last videos, we told you if we close a weekly candle beneath this blue box, we're going to come all the way down to this beautiful price target of this M pattern down at 0.0021. Now, from where we are right now, it's not too far away. It's about another 36% drop. I say it's not too far away because the last time we talked about this, we were obviously predicting, you know, over a 50% drop for JASMY, and you know, we broke down about 30% in a few days or so, and we're down about, you know, 22% since the last video. So I really just want to make this super quick for JASMY. The point of the matter is, why I'm making this quick is because there's not really any point in looking in lower time frames and looking at what's happening with the day-to-day moves. We are closing beneath all levels of support right now. If I clear this chart up, you can clearly see, as we talked about in the previous chart, we've broken beneath the horizontal support of the M pattern. If we're drawing our Fibonacci's, we've broken beneath the 618 Fibonacci, we've broken beneath the 786 Fibonacci, and even if we're just looking at a blank chart right now, where is the next level of support between where we are right now and down to the bear market lows? There is none. There's absolutely no support. If, for example, we come over and draw a fixed volume profile, let's draw it for this very, very specific range from the lows up to this high. You can see all of the volume was right here. There was a tiny bit of volume built out in this cluster right here, and we've lost all of it. We are landsliding beneath all of the last lines of support on JASMY, just like we've been predicting in all of our videos. This is why, you know, sometimes if you watch my channel, you watch my JASMY videos, sometimes they're 10 minutes long, sometimes they're 14 minutes long, sometimes they're 15 minutes long. Most of our videos are in quite detailed analysis for JASMY. I want to keep this one super quick because this is just what's happening. There's no more lines of support. This is what I'm expecting for JASMY. In the immediate short term, I think we're coming down to 0.00218. Like we said in the last video, this was more than a 50% drop. From where we are right now, this is only about 36%. And I want to show you, wrapping up the video, in terms of the bear markets, if you're new to the channel, where I think JASMY's going. And also, if you're a veteran of the channel, you might be interested to note this interesting stochastic RSI fractal. So first of all, let's go through the oscillators. I want to get rid of these as quickly as possible. So in terms of the MACD, this literally looks like it's about to cross bearish next week. In fact, I've got a few different MACDs that I look at. This one over here, the CM Alt MACD, is a bit more fast acting than other MACDs, and as you can see, this week this has crossed bearish. So often what normally happens is this MACD crosses bearish about a week before the typical trading view moving average convergence divergence MACD breaks down. So this is really telling me on Monday we're probably going to see a weekly bearish MACD cross. Now in terms of the MFI, right now we're still at 42, almost at the heart line. We've actually been turning up on the MACD for the past few weeks while the price action is coming down. Not a good sign. In terms of the stochastic RSI, what I really wanted to highlight, get rid of everything on this chart. What do you notice? When do the markets typically tend to bottom for JASMY? They tend to bottom when the MACD comes down to 0, and then they have a short dead cat bounce. Over here, you can actually see, if I line this up to one data point over here, you can see the short-term moving average bottomed a week before the long-term moving average. And when the short-term moving average came down to about 6, we witnessed a bounce for, it was a really weak bounce. Well, on JASMY, it's quite a strong bounce. well, it was a 57% bounce, but, you know, for JASMY, the dead cat bounces are normally quite strong. You know, you tend to see these big bounces happen in the market when the MACD comes down to between about 0 and 10, more often around about 5. Where is the squeeze momentum indicator right now? It is at 40. We have so much room for this to come down to the downside to our previous data points where we normally find a bottom in JASMY. So this is really what I wanted to highlight, ladies and gentlemen. We're beneath all of the important moving averages. We're breaking beneath last lines of support. We've lost our Fibonacci's. We've lost the M pattern neckline. We're going to close a weekly candle beneath this unless we pump up to 0.0043 in the next 24 hours. Bitcoin looks like it wants to break lower. It's pushing beneath the 200-week moving average. It's losing support on its EMA ribbons and its bull market support bands. And the altcoin market, this is the main reason you're seeing altcoins get obliterated today. It is because the total altcoin market is breaking beneath this huge downtrending line of resistance, which has been in play throughout the entire bear market. Now, we broke above this, we backtested this, we backtested it for weeks and 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 weeks, and this week, we broke beneath it. This is why the landslide is happening, and in my opinion, looking at this bearish engulfing candle, I'm expecting continuation coming into next week. What does this mean for JASMY? Like I said, very plain and simply, if we start closing weekly candle bodies beneath 0.0043, in the immediate short term, we're coming down to 0.00218. That's a 36% drop. And in the macro, like we've been highlighting, nothing has changed. We have been looking at this Elliott wave theory. We've been looking at the weekly for a couple of weeks now since we've been all the way up here at 0.008. And we've been telling you we are getting ready to come down to the downside. Now, a lot of people laughed at us. A lot of people said, you know, you've missed out on the bull run. You've missed out on the JASMY bull run. JASMY's never, ever coming back down to these price targets again. And what do you know? Retail traders who bring their emotions into the picture are once again wrong. And looking at the market objectively, you can clearly see all the fractals, all the technicals, all the signs for the rest of the markets are letting us know that JASMY should be breaking down lower. So in terms of where I think JASMY's going, if I come over to the Fibonacci targets, this is the bear market price targets. Obviously, we've just given you the M pattern breakdown. We've got two 1.618 Fibonacci's ranging between about 0.0015 down to 0.0014. These are respectively a 55 and a 59% drop to the downside, but where I am targeting is the psychological level 0.001. That is a 70% drop. That's my prediction for the market. Actually, it's about a 71% drop. Doesn't really make a big difference, but for today, my friends, that is all I've got for JASMY. A lot quicker than the normal videos, but it's very plain and simple. I mean, look, come over to the daily time frame. Where are the other, you know, regions of support that we're meant to draw from right now? There is absolutely no support until we start coming down to things like Fibonacci price targets at 0.0015. I think the parabolic landslide that we've been waiting for JASMY to take us down to these price targets is here now. And judging by the look of the altcoin market, it's looking like we could be there in a few weeks. For today, my friends, that's all I've got. If you did enjoy the content on JASMY, if you've been enjoying my JASMY content for the past few weeks, then let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. If you want to further support the channel, feel free to click the join button and become a member today. Follow me over on Twitter at 618_cowboy. That's all I've got. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.